What up, what up? Sorry it's been so long since I have recorded a video. I got the flu, I got RSV, I've been working on huge projects at work. I've been so tired when I got home. I have been yearning to get back into YouTube to teach you guys more stuff. So today we're going to go over Uptime Kuma. I'm really excited to show you guys this one. I just found it. It's not too new, but it's pretty new to me, and it has been so helpful in the uptime and monitoring of my server. So let's get right into it. So you might have heard of things like Atlassian. They have a status page that you update often, that you can put in tickets, you can update the status, and it'll keep other people updated. I was running one of those, but I'll get straight to the point. I'm lazy. And I started to slack. I stopped updating it. I actually just stopped using it completely. I updated it once, I think, and then I just stopped using it because it was just too much work to have to go in and update it when I'm restarting my server, just for a couple of users. And I mean, it wasn't really helping me because I know my server's down if I'm updating it. So what Uptime Kuma does is it periodically will ping your game servers, ping your main server, ping sites. You can have it ping Docker containers, do a HTTPS or HTTP JSON query. It is a semi-powerful, light, easy to learn tool. And since it's periodically pinging everything, theoretically, it's the most up-to-date thing. So I actually keep a monitor in my office. It's actually an iMac that I run it on that runs my status page at all times. And actually, right now, I can see that for about 10 to 15 minutes today, my two websites I'm hosting were offline. So it's the easiest way to stay up to date on the status of your server. So you don't get a text from somebody, hey, what the heck, I can't get in, what's going on? You can send this out to your users, your friends, whatever, or you can keep it to yourself. You can host it externally. If things aren't working, before you text me, check this site. You can set up scheduled maintenance, but they can also just see, crap, everything's red, everything's down. He's probably working on something, or it's down. He'll probably get to it soon. So I think that's the best thing. I love it a lot. There's more advanced options, but this one was simple enough that it took me maybe 20 minutes to get it figured out. It can send you a Telegram, Discord, email, whatever when something goes down. You can do incidents. It is a very versatile app. So, I mean, I guess, let me stop chattering. Let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to Applications. All right. So we're going to head over to Uptime Kuma. We're going to install Uptime Kuma here. We'll leave the port the same, and we'll leave app data the same, and your var run the same. All right, now that that's fully installed, we're going to hit done, and then we're going to open our web UI. So then you're going to be prompted to create a login. If you're planning on hosting this to the external interwebs, I would set up a username other than admin or root or Pookie Bear, whatever the hell you usually use, and a fairly long password with, use your due diligence. So what we're going to do is we are going to click root. I'm feeling secure today. Let's do password. We're going to do password again. Create. Oh, okay. Well, actually, that is quite... I'm actually glad. I guess generate this password for me. Whatever you want. Okay. So the rest is actually really easy. Right here, we've got our quick stats to show how many devices or things you are monitoring are either up, down, in maintenance. And then this is where we'll see a fat list of everything we're monitoring once we add them. And then this is where we will see everything we're monitoring, as well as folders that we're monitoring, like an applications folder, and then Plex, and then whatever, and then whatever. And then we'll get into status pages shortly. And this is our dashboard, is where we're at. So we're going to add a new monitor here. We're going to swap from HTTPS to TCP port. Friendly name. Server 1. Host name. We're going to type in the local IP address of that host or external IP. I suppose you could technically do that if you're trying to check something, if you have a co-located server or whatever it might be. Port. And then your heartbeat interval, this is going to be how often it checks. I usually leave mine at 60 seconds. And then save. So now it's going to ping that IP address every 60 seconds and tell you, yep, she's good, boss. She's right there. Or it's going to tell you, rip, not online. I don't know what to tell you. And then let's do another one. Let's do Google. Google.com, save. So we can also go back in here and go server 1, edit. And then we've got monitor group right here. We don't have any groups yet. So we'll type in servers and we'll add it to the servers group. So now we've got a group of servers, so we can add another server. Server 2, we're going to do a TCP port. So now we've got 2 servers in here. So we've got our little servers folder and we've got Google. And so what we'll do next is we're going to head over to status pages. We'll make a status page here. New status page. We're going to call this one my main. We'll just leave it as main. So now I've got kind of a blank slate here. We're going to add a group. We'll call this one servers. We'll add another group. We'll call this one websites. And then here's what we'll add. We have all of our monitors. So we're going to add Google. And then we're going to add server 1 and server 2. And then we can actually just drag these bad boys down here. Just have a description. My uptime for my home lab. Oops. And then you can also change the title. Just normal itsy bitsy stuff. My uptime for my home lab. You can do custom footer text, whatever theme you'd like. I personally love dark mode, so we'll keep on that. Show powered by, if you'd like it to show powered by Uptime Kuma, custom CSS if you'd like, and then we'll click save. So this is what the status page will look like for anybody who visits your status page. So for example, this is my main server status page that I use all the time, that is actually right there, right on my wall. So it shows me at all times my hardware, my first server, my second server, and my third server. If they're online, every 60 seconds is when it'll check. My external services, if they're online, and their percentage of how often they have been online. And then my external sites, it'll show me the online for that. These ones kind of go through their weird little patches of offline. I think it has to do with Cloudflare and their DNS, whatever. And then my internal services. Now, if we go back to the main dashboard, I'm going to go through a couple other things. So if we go up and click that little account icon on the top right corner, you'll see the maintenance button. This is where we can schedule maintenance. We're going to replace a GPU today. It's going to affect server 1. We're going to go on our main status page here. And then we can set if we want it to just happen today, reoccurring, and if it's based on an active incident. Chicago, there it is, save. Great, now I need to, oops, I spelled that wrong. Now we need to change the time. Let's do 28 to 34. There we go. We are actively in maintenance. So now if we head over to our status page, our main status page, you'll see we've got our ticket on top showing the maintenance we are in, and slowly you will see the next time server 1 pings, it will be blue instead of green or red or gray or black or whatever. There you go. There's our blue. Let's go. All right, we're gonna go back to dashboard. We'll head into settings here. And you can see quite a few things you can customize here. So there's the obvious, the general, our display time zone, our server time zone. I have no idea why that didn't auto-populate. That's a little frustrating. We've got our search engine visibility, our entry page. So for me, I like our entry page to be the status page. That is just the first time you go to this IP or you go to the site, it should go to that. And then primary base site, that will be if you set up a reverse proxy. We've got the obvious appearance. I'm going to set it to dark. Notifications. So this is where you can set up notifications. We've got alert now. I mean, some of the big ones like Discord, email, Google Chat, Home Assistant. I mean, we've got so many in here. Pushover. You can send it to a webhook, a Telegram group, a Slack group. Like, you can have it send you a notification when a device goes down, which is the most powerful part about this. So really right now, I mean, I haven't set up notifications because I'm a lazy bum, but being able to receive a notification when something goes down is so huge. Because usually what will happen is something will go down and you kind of rely on your users, which whether that's just you or you get some friends using your photo server or whatever you're hosting, you rely on them to tell you, hey, what's going on? Nothing's working. But maybe it's just me, but every single time I go, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh yeah, this isn't working. It hasn't worked for a week. And you didn't think to tell me? So getting a notification is so powerful. I don't have notifications set up. I just keep it on my monitor at all times. I monitor it. I look at it when I wake up. I look at it when I go to bed. Those, I mean, that's enough to me. Then I technically really will only have about 1 day of downtime if something is down without me realizing, unless I'm out on vacation. But let's get right back into this. So reverse proxy, I don't know enough about setting a reverse proxy up through this. All I have right now is I have a reverse proxy pointing towards this IP address. So I don't know if this is more secure, if this is kind of like a shortcut to not have to use Nginx or something. I haven't dabbled too much in this. We've got tags. So if you have a crap ton of services you're monitoring, you can use a search bar and search up devices by a tag. Monitor history. You can set up Docker hosts. So then quickly you can just go add a new monitor and then add the Docker in there. Got security, the generic API keys, proxies. You can back up the data. I have mine backing up frequently to my app data. I guess it's not really needed, but if it's something you'd like to do, there is an option for it. And then, I mean, I think that's about it. This is a good example here. So we can see I have 4 devices total, 4 things I'm monitoring, which is actually technically 3, but we've got the servers group, the Google website, and then the 2 servers. And these are all of the devices here. We've got down 0, maintenance 0, unknown, and paused 0. So, I mean, it's up to you on what you prefer. I think this is kind of gross. I'd rather have a status page kind of like this. You got this clean status page. This is my personal status page. So, I mean, as of right now, everything's looking pretty good. We'll just ignore this red that happened about 45 minutes ago. But I think that about covers it. You got an updating status page now. Do with as you please. I mean, if you want to just use it to check if Google and Facebook are up, you can do that. If you want to use it to check if your servers are working, the possibilities are endless pretty much. So, all right, well, I think that's about it. See you later. Have a good one.